Hi everyone, and welcome back to Our Great Recipes. Today we're making pork chops with bread, cabbage, and apples. And believe me, it's going to be delicious. So let's get started. First we have our ingredients, which are sugar, water, balsamic vinegar, butter, red wine, salt, pepper, onions, apples, cabbage, which I've shredded fairly finely, pork chops, and olive oil. The first step, we're going to add some olive oil to a preheated pan. Then I'm going to put my cabbage in. And I'm going to stir and fry this for about 3 or 4 minutes, just to get a base cook on the cabbage. After about 3 or 4 minutes, the cabbage is just starting to get soft. Now I'm going to add in the apples and the onions. And I'm going to continue to simmer this just until the onions become translucent. Now that the onions are translucent, I'm going to add the wine, balsamic vinegar, water, brown sugar, and a tablespoon of butter. I'm just going to give this a good stir until everything's well combined. Now I'm going to reduce my heat to low, and I'm going to slip a cover on this and continue to simmer until the cabbage is tender and the liquid is about half reduced. After about 10 minutes, the cabbage is nice and tender and the juice is about, or the sauce is half reduced. So now I'm going to turn off the heat and just set this aside. The next step, I've got my pork chop sitting at room temperature, and I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. Now of course you can season according to taste, but I like lots of pepper. And I'm going to do this for both sides. Next I'm going to add a nice knob of butter, about a tablespoon, to a preheated pan. And I'm going to add my pork chops in. And I'm going to fry these for about 3 minutes on each side. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the pan as well, along with the butter, just in case it gets too dry. About a tablespoon. Now that our chops are nicely brown, now initially I said 3 minutes on each side, but in reality I let these cook for about 4.5. Depending on the cut of meat and how thick it is, but you don't want pork underdone, of course. Now I'm just going to turn off the heat, and we're just going to set these aside, and we're ready to plate. Now to plate this, I'm going to lay a bed of the cabbage on the plate. Now I'm going to lay a chop over the top of the cabbage bed. I'm going to pour some sauce over the top of the pork chop. And this is our pork chops with red cabbage and apple. This is incredibly delicious. You're going to love it. And you can have this with a side dish of mashed potatoes, rice, garden salad, whatever you wish. For more information on this recipe, visit our website at ourgreatrecipes.com. And as usual, have a wonderful day and bon appetit.